when I say roots, the history of, all right, so have you ever watched American Gods?
Yeah.
You know the book by Neil Gaiman? There was a
parts of
series.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there were different gods from different religions, right? And in the South, there are different entities when you're dealing with ghosts, vampires, werewolves, other things like that, right? We got none of that here. Like you're saying, we just got a Southern, this is horrific into a vampire story. There's no Southern lore into the back history of other spirits and entities that could have existed.
90%.
That's what they pushed this movie to be.
No, you get the bayous. You get them walking up to. There's the whole rules of the vampire where they can't enter a space unless they're invited.
As
When
vampires,
they can't do that, they start. No, wait. When they kill again, when they convert a vampire, they become one of the herd. The whole angle with Merrick was that he was bolstering his numbers in the South by night because he wanted to slowly take over the entire freaking country. It's again, what you guys say is not in this film. It totally is there. I'm like, what movie did you guys watch?
How is that anything
version
different
did you
than
guys
Interview
watch?
with the Vampire or Queen of the Damned or other vampire movies? It's not different.
If you want to talk about unfocused, Queen of the Damned did nothing but just like stroke Lestat's ego. Aaliyah's in it for 2 seconds, and then she has no motive really. She's just there trolling people and wants to bang Lestat. She has no focus. You want to talk about no lore added? She's just there. So when you have that, and I compare that film to what Sinners went for and accomplished, in my opinion, I'm like, y'all are really reaching to have bad things to say about this joint. All that stuff is there. People just don't want to acknowledge it for some reason.
No, I'm not saying it's.
I'll leave that right
It's focusing too heavy on the vampires. There's other lore that was supposed to be in there that they could have gone that they didn't. That
they
wanted.
were going with it. Yeah, but they did their own slant with the vampire thing, with the whole hive mind, which leads to Pluribus, which we can get to next time. The hive mind angle. Become one of us.
That's what I'm saying. We stuck with one thing. There's way other stories in the South that could have gone into the mysterious, into the you know.
I don't know.
What else can I say?
I don't know.
And we'll move on to Companion.
From me? What more do you want, y'all? Come on. Anyways, yeah. Agree to disagree.
Yeah. So there's that. This is the first time I didn't even have to say anything. That was awesome. All right. Companion.
Great movie.
I didn't see this coming. I honestly thought I wouldn't like it when I went in the theater. I was like, hey, chick flick, something, maybe. It's good. It's good.
When you told me to watch it, I thought it was like a B movie.
Right.
And I'm surprised at how quickly I dove into it. I'm like, oh, this is an interesting concept.
There's a lot of social commentary.
What is the B movie in 2025 though? I'd say like indie flick. Things become more like indie than they do B movies these days, unless it's like you're talking about 2D.
Right.
Sinners is a B movie, but we're not going to go there.
Hold on, shots fired. I got to put the fire on that one. Well played. That was good timing, Court. That was good. No, but Companion was
just
the social commentary on Companion. The timing was just right. Like it was just right. Just as far as how far are we going to go, and then the role that a robot will play in our lives, possibly in the very near future. I
like the theme. What it explores in Companion's an interesting concept because, in my opinion, that could work if you had like a synthetic companion had some AI in it.
Right.
In real life, more people would make that whole angle work than people would think.
Right.
But in the film, because you have to have people be a little bit dumber than the average bear and horror and sci-fi stuff in a lot of cases, let's tamper with the programming and see what type of human shenanigans we can add to the mix. At the end of the day, the humans are still the problem. Companion, I like
that's
that dodge to where it's not the idea of having a robot companion that's the problem. It's when you start trying to mess with the internal coding and establishing rules and doing your own little weird human stuff to the android when things get dicey.
Right.
That I like.
I don't know if you guys watched the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix. It's pretty much the same exact movie as Companion, but I thought that was a good take on the things that they took from Her to modernize. But I still feel Her was, I think, a more realistic example of what we will do with robot companions than Companion.
Her with the hipsters take on it. It doesn't go full horror movie, but it sets the framework for it. Films like Her, I liked it. well, not my favorite, but I do like that they explored the concept, and then from there, films like Megan, films like Companion, films like Subservience, they explore that further. I think when it comes to the interpersonal dynamic of having a physical person there as opposed to just the entity.
Right.
But yeah, Companion was a good one. It was funny as hell to me to realize, wait, the other homie from What We Do in the Shadows also had a synthezoid? Like, hey!
Right.
Man.
Yeah,
And
that was
also
a great
tender.
twist.
It just shows that the case of, if you had this perfect companion that will do whatever you want, the only thing that can really go wrong in that dynamic is the human.
100%.
I think that the only thing that can really go wrong in that setup is the human, and when you start trying to mess with the seasoning, just leave it be. It can work, just leave it be.
Good transition. Dealing with a whole series about what would humans do, and that would definitely be dun 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 season 1, season 2, and what is it? Squid Games. Squid Games season 2.
Season 2, season 3. It finally ended, and this Nothing Burger season 3, I thought didn't need to happen. It didn't need to exist. A season of Squid Game didn't need to add a bunch of characters. You want to talk about a Nothing Burger, Corey? Okay, let's go. Old girl that enters the Squid Game pregnant, 8 months pregnant.
That's ridiculous.
Proceeds to be useless as a contestant, as a participant, is just nothing but an ass to the guy that she has the kid with, follows him into a Squid Game 8 months in, expecting everyone to protect her. But I'm strong, I need no one. Like, this is useless. She dies. A pointless death along with the others. Nothing is paid off. No character arcs are fulfilled. Our main guy from season 1, they gave him a decent ending. We Are Not Horses is a decent ending. But the only one that was consistently right throughout the entire show was the main villain, was Dude's brother. Useless cop detective dude who does nothing on a boat for the entire time. But yeah, Sinners was a B movie, Corey, sure. Right.
Yeah, so we did in season 3 of the back and forth for this episode is great.
I love it.
The season 3 of Squid Game, it couldn't end at season 2 with having a pregnant woman. Something you didn't see prior seasons was interesting because of the low economic status, and of course, poor people make babies. So it made perfect sense to show that dynamic in the show, right? Yes, cop brother stuck on the boat because the guy on the boat was,
Talking about a pointless
yeah. So there's so many overarching storylines that completed the open storylines from the previous 2 seasons. I think season 3 did a great job of closing most of the arcs. Well, now, if they did a spin-off with the brothers, that would be great.
The problem with this film is because the creator never wanted to do a season 2. Right? And even though they broke it up because it was so long, so when it came to... Well, he never wanted to do... I mean, they needed season 2 to really finish to tell his whole story. But he never wanted to do a season 3. He didn't want to come back again. So I feel that things got drawn out because the writer really... He's like, how can I draw this out that this will be the end? I really feel that things could have been tighter and we could have seen more and experienced more. But I don't think he had the freedom to do that, and it was like a here's the money, let me run with it kind of thing.
You got the Toriyama treatment. I didn't want to make this, but they gave me a thing. They gave me money, and they said, here, you're contractually obligated. So we got the Nothing Burger setup of season 2, which I gave a shot to. I'm like, all right, let's see what they're setting up with this. Season 3 happens, and then pretty much everyone just unceremoniously just killed off one by one. There's no catharsis. There's no most of the characters have no higher revelation while they're in the game. It's just I have to win, or they just completely chump out and wuss out, and then they're dead. They're just dead. And then
it's the same thing as season 1.
No, they actually did a lot more with them in season 1, I would say. You actually had dynamics and people who gradually became crappier in the game. Old girl going through pregnant was just a moron. I'm sorry. Economic reason aside, you don't know, she was chasing her man into the game. She gets there, realizes what the score is, has the opportunity to leave, but doesn't. Because dumb. And then proceeds to give birth in the Squid Game and makes the baby a damn participant. I'm like, this is so stupid.
I thought that was genius.
I think that I kind of feel both ways about it. I agree with you, Corey, but in some ways, I agree with you also, Drew. And I think the spaces where I agree with you, Drew, is because the writer didn't write what actual people will do. He did that really well in season 1 too. I feel that this one, like you said, I think at some point she'd be like, I'm out. Let me go home. I have a chance to survive. I mean, who would think that being pregnant you would actually get to the end? Like, really? Like you know?
You would think at some point, once she realizes what the score is, assuming she's not a complete double-digit IQ moron and Lane Danger, at some point she's like, holy crap, there's people dying in here. This is what she's chasing her man. She enters the Squid Game because her guy enters the game.
Right.
She's following him, pregnant, to places that she doesn't know. Even if I could give her the fact that she gets into the game and then realizes what the setup is, once she gets to that setup, when she chooses, they give you the opportunity each game to exit.
Right.
She chooses to stay multiple times.
Right.
And I look at that decision, I'm just like, you're dumb.
And it's
you're compromised because you can't participate. Now you have a child that also has to be a participant in this game as well. It's dumb.
For the most part, that doesn't really even bother me the most. What bothers me is the lead character. That we developed this relationship from day one. Why he was in the game, he becomes noble or vengeful or just whatever. We should have seen him meet up with his daughter, have the family want nothing to do with him. Something that would make him, I'm going to risk it all. And since I can't have my family, let me help and save other people. There was nothing that made us say, oh, I totally understand why you jumped back in this and you didn't just go try to win your wife back or your daughter back. That piece was missing.
He have steps on that, but it's never fulfilled. They don't do a good job of having him do that.
They do a good job of him doing that because just like any gambler, you're going to risk going after the win than going after your family. That's what we had season 1 for. And now when you change the dynamic of him trying to get revenge and save all these people and still wanting to, do everything for his family, could he have sent money to his family overseas? Yeah, absolutely. But the ending of the daughter accepting the fate of her father, I thought was a brilliant move. I think when you look at anyone who lives on the street, if you would give them $5, would they use it for a lottery ticket? Would they use it on booze? Or would they use it for themselves? We've seen that, and they constantly showed. I think that was the main point throughout the seasons that did not change. It was like, what would you do when you're so far down? And I think they accomplished that with the characters.
One of the greatest reference I had for him doing that was in season 1 when he did that, had a complete arc. He even changed his hair to the dumb red to show the symbol of change and stuff. He did all that in season 1. Him coming back for the other season, I'm like, okay, now he's on this savior kick because he's thinking about all the other people in his situation that are also in the game, and he's trying to make like, what do you call it, this moral compact with the participants. Hey guys, we're not horses. We don't have to be here doing this. We're better than this. No one listens. Most of them die because they don't listen, because people don't listen. And then he goes out basically trying to clean up the mess of idiot who decide, I'm going to give birth in a Squid Game. He's trying to clean up the mess. That's his whole plight. And then he's gone. And I'm like, wow, and nothing... The world doesn't change. Like I said, the only one that's proven right at the end of the day is the evil older brother who tells us this. People suck, bro. This is why they're here. This is what they show up.
Let's move on because I know we're still going, but this is for Demon Slayer. We're gonna go to Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, K-pop, the animation, the anime takeover.
I wanted to answer your question about that earlier too.
Yeah.
I think what blew up in popularity was TikTok, social media, and Comic Cons.
Okay.
And when you have people walking around and, well, growing up, I always wanted to dress as my favorite anime characters. Like, I wanted to be Goku, Gohan, but it was in a time where it wasn't popular. And now that we see more and more and more of it, people making their costumes, the cons are just in every major city now.
Right.
It's just blown up. and we're getting a lot of the movies in both English and Japanese with subtitles, theatrical releases. It's where we're at right now, and I think it was part of the course. I think it's great.
Wave anime, yeah, it's part of the common enough like popularity now to where you cosplayers are pretty much everywhere,
Right.
For better or worse. You know me, Seven cosplayers scum of the earth, but just the same, it's popular enough now in the common eye to where you could fill an entire theater full of anime fans.
Right.
Whether they're like just some casuals, whether they're people that just see them from osmosis of other people, TikTok, Instagram, what have you. But like, there's a market for it. So they're going to sit up there and take that opportunity to showcase that art. The best, I would say, best examples of it. Demon Slayer's a good one. Chainsaw Man's a good one. But they're yes, it's an attractive enough medium to where you can have thousands of people show up to a theater to watch it. Yes.
So let's just let's go through this quickly so that we don't run for the other stuff. But Demon Slayer, where does this rank as far as one of the best of 2025?
Number one. It made $1 billion.
Okay.
Most a lot, yeah. With like films, I would say it's a. I've heard it's a good one. That's all I can say right now.
Okay.
So I've seen it. It's definitely great. I've also seen Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
Also great. And the thing about both of those two movies, I listen to people who've never listened to or watched anime go into these movies and had a newfound appreciation. You don't have to follow the series to come in and watch the movie. I think its appeal is universal.
So what was the basic story of, if we, as quick as you can, like what is Demon Slayer about and what is Chainsaw Man and what do you think that is connecting with people?
Demon Slayer, you follow Toshiro. He loses his sister to a demon, and he is on a quest to win her back from the King of Demons. And we are in the final season of that they've made into movies. They made it to the Demon Castle, and they just have to get to the King of Demon in order to reverse his sister. Chainsaw Man is a character named Denji who is down on his luck. He was a devil hunter. He had a pet devil called I forget his name. Pochito. Pochita,
yeah.
And he actually ends up dying, and Pochita ends up saving his life. He becomes his heart, but in doing so, he gets his pet devil's power, which is the chainsaw. He becomes Chainsaw Man.
Gotcha.
I think that's pretty good.
And what is it? What is it about these films? Oh wait, I have another one that we didn't. The K-pop Demon Hunters. Is that on the same level of this or no?
So that's it's a Korean drama. I think with the emergence of K-pop, K-drama, it's part of the course for K-pop in anime form. It's very catchy. All the songs are very catchy. It's very 1, 2, 3, 4 note kind of movie. But what it did well, it did average very well.
Totally Spies with the Into the Spider-Verse filter over it, and yeah, pop stuff.
I mean, what I see from this, it seems to be like it's. I'm getting Spider-Verse animation vibes, but mixed in with Powerpuff Girls, basically.
Yeah, basically, that's it.
I think it's the different form of anime. Most anime comes from Japan, but K-pop has a lot of Korean lore that we learn about in this movie, so it's kind of different.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are these movies changing the game?
Yes.
And would you say the K-pop Demon Hunters is, even though it's not as powerful with anime purists, do you think that this is something that we're going to see a lot more of?
They made a movie that is charting. These are not real artists and a real group, and they're charting. Gotcha. Of course, they're changing the game.
Gotcha. All right. Well, speaking of people that change the game, there's already a part 2 to this film. And they're also going through legal battles of who stole the idea and all this other stuff. But a part 2 is already on the table. One of them days. Is this just the present day Friday? I mean, is that what it is? That's what I get from when I saw it. I was.
Drew.
What is this again?
One of them days.
Is this like a comedy? What do we got exactly?
The comedy.
Who's in?
It's like a new updated Friday meets I want to say Boondocks in my opinion, but
Scissor and what's her name? Keke Palmer.
Okay, anything that's comparing Boondocks and you say Keke Palmer, you got me the skeptic. But unless it's like some satire stuff, I'm skeptical when you make the comparison of the Boondocks and then Keke Palmer. I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll take a look. I think like a lot of modern comedies nowadays, they're toothless. If you have like satire stuff, like the last great comedy satire I think was, besides South Park, The Boondocks. So that's a high order when you're throwing that name out there. If the writing isn't on point, if the comedy's not there, and you actually has like a spine, I'm skeptical. But I will check it out. I'll give it a shot.
I wasn't. I mean, I don't know. It was hard for me to watch it, just because it was. I found a lot of it was trying to be funny, a lot of stereotypical things. But I don't know, Corey. I mean, do you enjoy it, Corey?
I didn't finish.
It was a hard watch.
Strong endorsement, y'all. I don't know.
I'm surprised that you brought it up, because I saw that you sent this as one of the movies to discuss. I didn't see the. I'm like, damn, Corey.
Strong endorsement, y'all. I don't know.
There you go.
It's like, all right. We were talking about the best and worst things to watch in 2025.
Gotcha.
I felt like if you're gonna watch something and have.
This is definitely of that caliber of the opposite of the.
I'll give it a look. I will give it a look. But if you say it's like the Boondocks, I'm like, it better be.
I give you 20 minutes. Drew will be calling me 20 minutes in. Yo, 7. Really? This is what you
really? This is what we all rallied around? Really? All right.
And they already greenlit part 2, so I don't know. I guess it made money. I guess that's the bottom line these days.
They picked it up for 2 seasons because that does happen too.
Yeah. So F1, the movie. I know, Corey, you're a huge car guy. I'm waiting for you to retire and start building or remodeling cars. I'm waiting for that day. It's going to happen at some point. So I know F1 means a lot to you. So tell me about this film. Is it on that yay tier?
It's definitely on the yay.
Okay.
With the success of Netflix's series Drive to Survive, it brought Formula One motorsports to the masses in the U.S.
Okay.
And then Brad Pitt had this project where he used actual F1 drivers in the movie that you get to see. It just elevated the game. This is probably the best racing movie in the past 2 decades.
I'll take it.
And it's not just racing that people think. The storyline is great. The backstory is great. How Brad Pitt created his characters to chase after this championship is great. Everything's great. There's nothing bad I can say about this movie.
I'll take it because I didn't see it, but I heard good things. I heard if you like cars, it's good things, and if you like the consistency of what Brad Pitt does, that you like that as well. Mm-hmm. So I saw Mickey 17. Wish I didn't see it, but that's just my opinion.
What? What? That was the most innovative things this year.
Okay. And Drew, I guess you didn't see this one?
I wanted to see Mickey 17, but I didn't get around to seeing it. The premise is interesting. As a sci-fi guy, I like the idea that you're conscripted to basically just be fodder for the unknown in space and the various horrific ways you can die out there. And I guess Old Boy's case is he's about to be killed or something. How do you end up having multiples of him when it's supposed to be one dies and then we clone the next? I'd have to go back and see. I don't want anyone to spoil that for me, but the shenanigans that can go with that and the angle of what is purpose in deep space, I like that.
I feel it's not a spoiler. It's literally it's the plot. He signs up for this what is it? Experimental space program where they wanted to test the limits of the human body, and so they test everything out on him, and they save a little bit of his DNA to clone him every single time, and we get to Mickey iteration number 17.
Right.
There's shots of him with multiple of him though at one time. So do they make them in bulk, or do they just do one at a time, and then from the remains they make another clone?
You guys see the movie.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway.
So this is it. And to be clear, I actually go to the theaters. I try to support and go to the theaters. So I would have preferred to just stream it. This is a movie I wish I did not pay the extra bucks to see in the movies. But to be 100% clear and honest, I do like that social commentary thing because I could see people doing that. I could see, big corporations, almost like Alien in some way, how a corporation would take advantage of the technology any which way, just like they did years ago in Europe, in Ireland. Oh, you got arrested. You know what? You could be in jail here forever, or be in this dungeon, or we're gonna send you to America to work. So this is something that historically humans have done to humans, and take advantage. So that I thought was cool. What I didn't like is the forced simping. I didn't like, the I think the relationship things that they were trying to make funny, and the was he a general or a president, Corey?
He was the president.
That like the over the top
that was a general,
kind of
weird, yeah.
Very not unlike the reality show individual that became president, but it's like it was very this over the top type of personality.
He was a caricature, yeah.
Right, but it was, I don't know. I don't know if it worked.
I think it did in some scenes. In some scenes it did.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah. I don't know if it worked.
You want to know why I say it works in these cases? One, like you just said, Seven, we do that in real life. Point two, in the future, you have to understand, we're in the Camacho era timeline. We're in the Idiocracy timeline. That's our world. Gotcha. We got there a whole 1,000 years ahead of schedule from the movie. I don't even call it Idiocracy. I call it real life. Gotcha. So, with each presidency, you're going to need some cartoon character over the top. I have all the riz. The next president, like at some point, it's going to be aura farming as to why they elect him. So I don't put it past people like that. Humanity's literally like getting to that point in the Idiocracy timeline. Right. We're going to be electing for President Camachos in real life because we already are. Gotcha. So, whatever. I'm not surprised.
You also have to remember they're on a spaceship and there's no oversight. He is the person in charge of everything. So he can call himself whatever he wants.
Real power tripping is real.
So, because before we run out, I mean, you notice we didn't talk about any superhero films.
I started to say Fantastic Four. I started to put that there.
No, we didn't mention any. Interesting.
It is interesting because we would have quickly of shows. Year before that, we quickly, within the fourth film we would have mentioned something. So I kept holding back to see, but yeah.
There's only three. There's Thunderbolts, there's Fantastic Four, and there's Superman. There's nothing else really, right?
Three honorable mentions. Yeah, that's right. There's 3 honorable mentions at best, and nothing that, in my opinion, that was really like, oh my God, greatest of 2025. Especially from Marvel. Thunderbolts was Marvel Zombies was and Superman, I liked it, but best of 2025, no, because I still like Man of Steel more. So, but yeah, there's a couple honorable mentions, and then Fantastic Four was okay. I had fun with that.
Well, let's leave that there. Thank you, everybody, for watching GeekCaster. You can always go to geekcaster.com, check out past shows. If you're on YouTube, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, blah, blah, blah. As well, if you're watching us on cable, really appreciate you. Definitely find us on the website, leave messages. And thank you, Drew. Thank you, Corey. I'm Seven, and we talked about the best and the not so best of 2025. Have a good one, folks. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Yep.
We didn't even